Welcome back to Tempest. In a few seconds, you're going to listen to a frightening tale narrated by me. Fear awaits you, watch out and take care. Emma is standing by her locker, watching as a couple makes out passionately. She is startled by the arrival of her best friend, Gracie. She asks Emma as she has some snacks in her locker, explaining that her appetite is more than usual. A boy, Evan, greets Emma and she responds. Emma and her elder sister Stacy have recently moved to a suburban community in Los Angeles after their father was given a job to teach high school science. While Emma has only made one friend, Stacy is more popular and she already has a boyfriend called CJ. In biology class, Emma shows disgust at the frog they're supposed to dissect. Luckily, Stacy texts her asking for a tampon, so Emma leaves the class. After school, Stacy notices that Emma has a crush on Evan. Since they live in the same community, Stacy calls Evan over and offers him a ride. Emma is embarrassed by her sister's behavior but has no choice. On the drive home, the girls get a call from their mother, who is out of town for some business. She explains that her business has dragged on more than she anticipated, so she will be home later. Stacy has an altercation with her father, Michael, during dinner. Michael and his wife's relationship is going through some turbulence and Stacy is quick to rub it in Michael's face. At the same time, news of a worm-like flu originating from China is going on. The infected are said to have increased appetite, they are coughing blood and developing seizures. More news about the disease is unknown but spread through contact with blood. Later that night, Emma is video chatting with Gracie when a note flies through her window. The note is from Evan. Emma hangs up and heads outside to meet him. The two talk when Evan's abusive stepfather comes out carrying a glass of whiskey. He smacks Evan but dismisses it as playful banter. After he leaves, Emma kisses Evan as a way to get his mind off his stepfather. Emma talks with her father who expresses how much he loves his kids and how he hopes that the two can stop fighting and start living peacefully with each other. In school, Michael teaches the kids about parasites. Suddenly, Gracie starts coughing up blood, she panics and leaves the classroom. Emma follows her to the cafeteria, where she is having a seizure. Another male student joins them. Emma asks him to take care of Gracie while she goes to get help. As soon as Emma leaves, Gracie stops having a seizure. She looks at the male student and spits blood into his mouth before passing out. Soon, the whole school has to undergo emergency treatment. Emma is asked if Gracie had any other signs. She reveals the increased appetite and the fact that Gracie's mother had traveled over the weekend. After the medical checkup, Michael meets up with his daughters. He advises them to go home and stay safe since he intends to go to the airport and get their mother. On the drive home, the girls see many families packing up to leave town. The news shows that the worm flu is now in California and CDC officials are dispatched to the area. Michael calls the girls later. The whole county has been quarantined, meaning he cannot return home. He promises to go get their mother. He also tells the girls to stop fighting, protect each other and not invite boys over. The girls realize they have little food supply, so they make brownies. The President of the United States is urging the citizens to take the news of the virus seriously. Stacy changes the channel since the news is too depressing. Emma walks to the kitchen to put her dishes down. Suddenly, she hears a noise. Emma cautiously walks toward the door and looks through. She sees the shadow of someone who moves fast. She freaks out and calls Stacy. Stacy opens the door to reveal that no one is outside. Suddenly, CJ appears behind Emma, scaring her to death. She hits him, wondering how he got in so stealthily while on crutches. CJ and Stacy laugh at Emma before walking upstairs. Emma is woken up the following day by the rumbling of cars. She opens the door to see CDC officials leaving some supplies on their doorstep. Emma is cautious and wants to ration the food, but Stacy and CJ are interested in partying and taking advantage of the freedom. This is why that night they head on to a party. Stacy sends a text to Evan from Emma's phone, prompting her to attend the party as well. Emma links up with Evan and the two have a good time. However, this quickly ends after Stacy finds CJ getting intimate with another girl. She and Emma prepare to leave the party, but a commotion catches their attention. The boy from school whom Gracie had vomited blood on is at the party. He has been infected with the virus, making him gain some superhuman strength. He beats up the partygoers and feeds on them. The two sisters take cover since they cannot flee the house due to their inconvenient positions. They peep through a hole in the wall and see the boy attack and kill a girl. After he leaves, the two sisters decide to escape. Unfortunately, they step on a toy that causes the boy to find them. He spits some blood on Stacy and a worm crawls into her eye. He goes to attack Emma, who is on the floor, but Evan appears and hits the boy. After the three head home, Emma is suspicious that Stacy is infected, but she cannot bring herself to tell the authorities. Alongside the food, the citizens have been given some survival tools, including a flare gun. The girls are checked by the CDC officials, and luckily Stacy is in the window stage, so she is clear. After the health workers leave, Stacy can feel a small pimple forming on her neck, meaning that the parasite has taken root. The girls get a call from their father. He tells them to lock all the doors and windows. He also asks Stacy to retrieve his gun for protection. The call cuts abruptly, and so do the internet and TV signal. The TV shows a subtext message stating that the president has declared a state of emergency. While retrieving the gun, Emma asks Stacy what is going on with her parents, but Stacy asks her to drop it. That night, the girls see their other neighbor fire up his flare. The military arrives and takes his infected wife away. All around town, flares go up as the rate of infection spreads. Stacy tells Emma that they should leave. They get in the car and arrive at the barricaded area. The military advises them to turn back. Stacy gets out of the vehicle to reason with them, but the soldiers are under strict orders. A car drives past quickly, and the soldiers rain bullets on it, making the girls turn back. Stacy starts feeling worse as the worm grows. Over dinner, she finally reveals to Emma what is wrong with her parents. Stacy had walked in on Michael having an affair with one of his grad students in his office. She told their mother, hence the move to start over. They all agreed to keep it from Emma, fearing that she could not handle it. At this time, Stacy starts coughing. The moment is interrupted when Evan bangs on the door loudly asking to be let in. Evan reveals that his stepfather is infected. The three close the door just as Evan's stepfather starts banging on it. Stacy gets the gun and the mask to protect themselves. Evan reveals that the infection has caused his stepfather to go blind. All is quiet for a moment until the infected man gets into the house through the window. His eyes have transformed to look like a snake's, and he has worms protruding from his ears. He uses them to detect the children's presence, ending up dangerously close to Emma. He is about to attack her when Stacy eliminates him. Emma is scared to death at the encounter, so Evan walks over and comforts her. Suddenly, the gun goes off and Stacy falls to the floor having a seizure. Emma does not want the CDC to get Stacy, so she locks her up in the bathroom. Emma does not want to feed the extra hungry Stacy, but Evan remarks that delaying feeding her will not make the virus die. Emma walks outside to her garage with a spray can. She makes the same markings that the CDC officials are making to show that no one is infected in their house. Stacy calls Emma and begs her to leave since she fears hurting her. Emma starts recounting moments when Stacy protected her from bullies when they were little. She holds her sister's hand and promises to protect her. Emma starts reading about the worms, hoping to find an answer there. She also ventures to the roof to find a cell phone signal. Evan joins her there and the two bond over their share of loss and grief. Coincidentally, CJ decides to get Stacy as he and a few of his pals are planning on leaving the town. He finds Stacy locked up in the bathroom. Stacy manipulates CJ by saying that he hurt her. He moves closer to Stacy and Stacy grabs his hand and starts devouring it. Emma and Evan go into the house to see CJ's corpse. Stacy apologizes for killing CJ and claims that the voices made her do it. Evan buries CJ next to his stepfather's grave. Emma decides to save Stacy by removing the worm. She sedates Stacy by putting drugs in her food. When Stacy falls asleep, Emma walks into the bathroom. She tapes Stacy's neck, causing the worm to get out of the body to seek air. Emma grabs the worm, but the impact wakes up Stacy. She pulls out the worm before falling unconscious. Stacy wakes up later feeling like her normal self. In the morning, Emma wakes up and walks toward the living room. She is startled to see Stacy standing still by the window. She approaches her slowly. As the worms take control, Stacy turns around, causing her to attack Emma. Emma is jolted awake by Evan's panicked voice. Stacy has taken all the food and escaped. Emma and Evan follow her into an abandoned house, shocked that the owner of the house had eliminated his infected family and himself. In the basement, they find the infected people nesting with Gracie's body as the main host. The infected sense that the kids are at the door and start chasing them. Emma and Evan hide in a room and barricade the door. Behind them, Stacy stands robotically. Removing the worm did not help. She says her goodbyes to Emma before urging her to run away. She can feel the worms talking about what they want to do to her. The worms suddenly take control, making Emma eliminate Stacy before she can attack them. Evan breaks the window, and the two escape. They quickly realize that the government has sent missiles to destroy the town. Luckily, they dive into a pool, escaping the weapon. The two reach a gas station where Emma finds a note from Michael asking to meet up in Washington. The survivors get into a car and leave. Emma thanks Evan for his unwavering support and seals the deal with a kiss. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.